Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv. It's the weekend edition. We're going to look at some NBA playoff action and some baseball. I'm joined by Ken Thomson, my partner in crime.
Yes.
I'm Marco D'Angelo. Let's get it started, Ken. We've got LA Clippers, Memphis. All along, I said this was going to be the best series, I thought, of the opening round. We're seeing it. It's 2-1. We've got Memphis. They grabbed Game 3. Absolute must-win for them. They got it done. That line, and I know a lot of people were on Memphis on that game. You were one of them. Congratulations. I was one of the unfortunates. I went with the Clippers in Game 3. I just thought, Ken, they adjusted the line too much. The line was 4.5. And the last time they played here in Memphis, late in the season, when it was a meaningful game, because the two teams, the final week of the season, were still jockeying for who was going to get 4 or 5 for home court advantage. Memphis was a 2.5-point favorite, and the Clippers beat them. Now, simply because it was must win, Vegas knew where the public and the sharps were going to bet the game. They made them pay a premium, and it was 4.5. But you went ahead and laid it, and you got it. So congrats to you.
Well, here's the thing, too. That loss, 91-87, that's their only loss in their last 16 home games. So Memphis is dominant at home. Marc Gasol got the Defensive Player of the Year award right before the game. We saw LeBron James get a little tick that he didn't get it. But nonetheless, Memphis was focused. It was a game they had to have. And, of course, they've been under scrutiny since trading Rudy Gay away. The offense has been a little bit sluggish. They've been looking for that extra guy to step up, but their defense has been solid, and they were all over Matt Barnes last night. He was 1 of 5 behind the arc. If he hits a couple of those open threes, Clippers probably right there, and they get it under 7, under 6. They just could never get under that 10-point margin when they had the open look, and several times. I mean, Paul missed badly. Paul only 4 assists. That's not going to get it done for the Clippers.
They got it down to 5 once in the second half there, but then, as you said, every time they got a little bit of a run, Memphis come back. And defense, I mean, this is nothing new with Memphis at home. 28 of their 42 home games now have gone under the total. So that's 2 out of every 3 are going under. This team plays great defense. They've held 5 of their last 9 opponents to under 40% from the field. You know, it's tough to, for opposing teams to, come in there and beat them on this floor. The games get ugly, and that's one of the other reasons why I thought with the inflated line, even though we know Memphis, is going to be on lockdown defense, they have had their struggles, as you said, offensively. Now as we move to Game 4, this series is at 2-1. Game 4 is just as important as Game 3. Granted, we all know if you go down 3-0, series is over. But basically, if you go down 3-1 and you're heading back to L.A., the series is going to be over as well. So Vegas, they come out with this one. Now we go from 2.5 in that last regular season game to 4.5 in Game 3 to now 3.5. They're bringing it back a point after they win by double digits. What do you make of Vegas adjusting the line off of the one game?
Well, I make, first off, they're going to look at Chris Paul's performance. It's not a Chris Paul-like performance, and very rarely does he have 2 poor performances in a row. So I think they expect him to up his game. Also, Matt Barnes, they expect him to shoot better from the floor. Memphis played outstanding, not only defensively, but like you said, on the offensive glass. So I just like the way Memphis plays at home, though. I mean, when you've won 15 of your last 16 at home, you're doing something right. That 4-point loss to the Clippers, Marco, is the only blemish there. And I like this series, too. This series and the Golden State series, and I wish both teams were at 100% in that series as well, because those are the 2 most competitive series right now. And I'm looking forward to Game 4, really. I mean, this is going to be one of those games that whoever gets a late run in the fourth quarter is going to win this game.
Yeah, and one last point I'll make before I'll kick it to you, since this is your free pick, is this is one of those games, and you're as old as I am. I know, looking at the camera and that head of hair, it doesn't look like it that we're the same age. But the situation, the zigzag theory, everybody knows about the zigzag theory in the NBA playoffs. This has been one of those series that it's been good. The loser, of the last game comes back and is the point spread winner in the next game. Memphis got the money in Game 2 after they lost Game 1. They lost Game 2. They covered, but they lost the game. They got the money in the game they had to win. So now, if you're going to continue the zigzag, it's supposed to be the Clippers here, but the way Memphis is playing at home, it's going to be kind of tough, to buck them. And I said going in, if you remember when we did videos right before the playoffs started, I still said, the Clippers are the toughest matchup for Memphis. If they get past the Clippers somehow, and especially now with the injury to Oklahoma City, I still think Memphis is a team that can go to the NBA Finals. But you know what? This is your free pick, so let's make it official with Ken's free pick.
And it is my free play, and I'm going to go with Memphis again. I told you I love the Grizzlies at home. They're a team that just excels at home, and they're a team that matches up well with the Clippers defensively. Offensively, the Clippers get more looks from behind the arc. They were 9 of 23 behind the arc in Game 3, and Memphis didn't shoot that many, only 4 of 10. So they've got to get their points on the interior. Gasol, he's a beast down low, needs to stay out of foul trouble, did a great job. If you look at Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol in the game, 73 minutes combined, only 1 turnover between the two of them. That's outstanding. Then you had 27 points, 11 boards for Randolph, 16 and 8 for Marc Gasol. What a great 1-2 combo. Now, where I think Memphis is going to get some more added punch is going to be on the scoring column for Mike Conley. Conley was only 1 of 9. However, his game didn't stop there. He didn't sulk. He had 10 assists. He had 4 rebounds. He had 3 steals. And again, the important thing, 0 turnovers. So I look for Memphis to continue, ride that home crowd. Remember, I said I thought it would be a late run in the fourth quarter. I expect Memphis to get that late run, ride the crowd, win this game somewhere between 8 and 12 points, and send it back to L.A. all tied at 2. That's my free play on pregame.tv.
All right. I can't say I argue with him right now. I'm on the fence of which way I'm going in this one, but Ken makes a great case for the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going to be right back next. We're going to take a look, another Saturday NBA playoff game. Oklahoma City at Houston. Boy, did this one take a turn with the events that came out today with Russell Westbrook. We'll talk about that next on pregame.tv.